Hey there, welcome back to the Spinous special. This week, I don't even know what day it is. Is it May 20th, maybe perhaps? I think so. I'm very professional. I always make sure that I read the date beforehand, and I don't just start the video and then look at the calendar. Why would I do that? That'd be silly. But, yeah, another Spinous special. Another week, actually making them. Look at me, such an MLG pro. I'm ready. I got things on my mind to talk about. Some interesting topics as usual, and I hope you're ready to get into the extreme topics we have this week. Like, all of the movies that are coming out that I haven't seen, and all of the movie trailers that have came out that I haven't seen yet. So, there's a lot of movie trailers I haven't seen. They came out, I think, either today or yesterday, or like last night. Or maybe yesterday, I don't remember. But, I only saw about it this morning. Was a second trailer for the Ghostbusters reboot, remake, re-womanizing edition, where everyone's pretty much upset. There's a lot of fans that are like, no more evil women. Oh, I don't want women in my movie. And I'm like, but, I mean, it's gonna be fine, right? And I'm all for, like, okay, let's have a woman cast, all female, because they can do it too. And yeah, I agree, they can do it. But I think what people are the most upset about is that they're just like, okay, well, female Ghostbusters. And I think people don't really want that. I think there's a lot of people that are like, okay, so this is a classic movie that you're about to be like, look how modern and cool we can be and make a new modern comedy. And people are like, no, I don't want your modern comedy. I want what I like. I want my Ghostbusters to stay in my mind. Do you like this lens flare from the light over here? It's great, isn't it? Quality lighting. Only the best lighting on this set. There's no crappy lighting, only the best, like, camera angling. The camera doesn't, like, adjust itself. It's perfect. This is what I have to deal with. My camera slowly tilts. There's a beautiful light so you can see how wonderfully daytime it is outside. Here you can see Sam's ultimate enemy, the sun. Kamehameha! Okay, that's enough nerdy, weird jokes. I hope you appreciate those jokes, because if you don't, then I'm just dumb, which I already acknowledge, but then no one will laugh at my jokes, and then I will be the only one. Sometimes I have no idea what I'm saying or what I'm doing, but I think that makes it more interesting. What was I even talking about? Oh, that's right, Ghostbusters. I think it'll be good. I think it won't be what a lot of people want, but a lot of people are just dead set on it not existing. So, what are you going to do? Can't please everyone. I'm sure a lot of people will go and see it when it comes out. I don't even know when it's coming out. I don't know if anybody knows. Well, they have to know. There's like trailers. Somebody knows. You watching this probably could know. But I don't know, because I just don't care. And I don't, even though I love movies, I don't see them very much, which is weird. But just how busy I am. And then it's another trailer came out for the Warcraft movie. And I haven't seen any of the trailers for that. I don't know hardly anything about World of Warcraft or the entire Warcraft series. I know some characters from it because I play Hearthstone all the time and I love it to death. But that's like the extent of my knowledge. So, and I know a little bit of stuff, right? But I don't know every little detail about it. So, I'm not sure. I don't know. Probably won't see the Warcraft movie because I don't really have anyone that's really into it, but maybe it'll do good. Maybe it'll do bad. Who knows? We'll have to find out. I'm being very like, do you like watching my videos? Do you like my movement? I don't like it either. But what else? Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed trailer came out. I didn't see it either. I haven't watched any trailers. I'm so slacking. I watched part of the Ghostbusters trailer that came out when I woke up, but I was half asleep, and it was alright. It was just, I don't know. This is not my cup of tea, and more than likely not the Ghostbusters fans. cup of tea. I'm sure it will be like, it will bring a different audience to like the Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters movie. But hey, what are you gonna do? That's probably their goal anyway. Like, as long as they get people to go see it, as long as not too many of the fans boycott it, then they'll be fine. But a lot of movie trailers have come out, and I haven't really seen anything about them because I am horrible and I just don't watch trailers for anything. Captain America Civil War, still haven't seen it, still lazy butt, and I just don't have time. So I need to. I really need to see it. I have a Captain America jacket that you've seen me wear in videos, and I wear it all the time. Except, not really now, because it's summer now. Pretty much. I mean, it's spring, but... Whoa. Look at the video. If I reach into the sun, like, my hand gets annihilated. Oh! Oh, I missed making weird, goofy things. Making weird, goofy things is fun. Where was I? Oh yeah, talking about trailers, like a weirdo. So, I haven't watched any trailers. Don't know how to spend talking 6 minutes about trailers that I haven't seen. But if you want to watch trailers, go out and find them. You can search Warcraft movie, find trailers for that. Ghostbusters, just search Ghostbusters trailer, blam, get a bunch of those, and it'll be good. And you'll be like, yeah. Or you'll be like, I don't know what you'll be like. That's up for you to decide. And yeah, so a lot of movies, a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, I also found out that supposedly the I can't remember the exact number. I saw it on an IGN article. The most high quality of all online news sources. It's a little bit of sarcasm in that, but I love IGN regardless, even though my favorite thing that I've ever heard is that you can't spell ignorant without IGN. That's like one of my favorite sayings, but I love IGN because it's just a good source of information, even if sometimes they're a little bit clickbaity and a little bit weird on opinions, but who am I to talk about weird opinions? I liked Batman vs. Superman, so I can't judge anyone on their weird opinions. But apparently the Assassin's Creed film is like 65... It's like mostly in present day, and they revealed that like either like 30 or 40% of the movie is in the past, but over half of it is in present day. And when they did that, guess what the reaction from people was like? Oh no. Because there's a lot of people who very clearly like Assassin's Creed because of those historical times, you know, going back and being able to just to go to these places and be an assassin. And there's a lot of cool stuff in that I think is cool. But there's also a lot of people that think that the modern day stuff in it is really lame and that they don't want it in their movie. But they're going to be disappointed because they're going to find that it's in their movie. So, movies, movie talk. We talked about some trailers and we talked about how people are not happy with video game movies ever. I don't know what it would take to make a good video game movie. I honestly don't. Like, because there's so many things. I don't know if anyone will ever make a video game movie that pleases everyone. Because it's so hard to do. Because it's really hard to capture the joy of a video game movie in just like your average everyday. You know, it's just hard. You can't capture that, oh, look at me, I am playing a video game and I'm having a bunch of fun. But when you watch a movie of it, it's really hard to convey the characters the same way. It's really hard to convey action. Another movie that came out was the Angry Birds movie, which I've heard was pretty good. Pretty lengthy. There's apparently lengthy times, like, between jokes, I guess, is what I've heard. And I've also heard that it's basically the ending of the film that is actually like Angry Birds. You know, where they're actually destroying the town. But I'm very interested. I want to see all these movies. I want to see the Angry Birds movie especially because I want to know if it's good. I want to know how I feel about it. I just want to know. And speaking of Angry Birds brings me to my next point, which is I've been playing a game recently. I've converted back into casual mode, if I ever actually left it, which I don't think is possible, because Apple updated iOS again, and finally, after months and months and months of waiting and trying, the infamous Game Center bug, white screen of death, has been fixed, and now games that use Game Center and require it can actually run. So, Angry Birds 2 is completely playable to me again. And I downloaded it, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna play it! And I played it, and I found so many things about Angry Birds 2 that I absolutely love. So, I'm gonna talk about them. So, Angry Birds 2. It's like the 6th Angry Birds game. Let me count them out. Let's see if I can figure this out right. So, there is Angry Birds Seasons, Angry Birds in Space, Angry Birds Star Wars 2, and these are just the main ones of like Angry Birds, that Game Boy. And then I think 2. Maybe Stella was in there. So, it's either like the 6th or 7th one, I'm not sure. But of just the main series. So, why at that moment did they pick to call it 2? Well, because it's the most sequel-y of any of them, really. Other than... They could have called Space 2, but Space was radically different because they had the whole gravity idea. The idea that it's like, okay, well, we'll just have a planet, and then if you shoot the bird, it has a gravity field, and then you go around it. It was a neat idea, but it always felt kind of weird because it wasn't that classic gameplay. And that's what made Angry Birds Star Wars my favorite entry in the series, because it combined Star Wars, it combined Angry Birds, and it combined Angry Birds Space into one game. So it's like the best of 3 things put into one thing. And that's really cool. I really like that idea. Angry Birds Star Wars 2, which covered the prequels. I never really got too far in that one, honestly. I didn't play too much of it. I don't know why I didn't. I guess it was just because of the telepod nature of it. So if you haven't played any Angry Birds games, they had a phase where they're like, okay, we're gonna make telepods where you get... Oh, do I have them? Oh, I have some right here. What are the odds that I would be talking about them and actually have them out? So these are for Angry Birds Go. That's right. And I'll tell you the story of why I have these things. Because you might be thinking, Ryan, you filthy casual, why do you have these little... They don't really sit there on the ball when you're holding it in the air. Why do you have this little Angry Bird who's driving a car? Well, the story behind this is... I went to the Dollar Tree once, and they had all of these telepods that normally sell for, like, more than $1, I can tell you that. And I got, like, literally all of the single set of these telepods. So, like, just... I just have all of these Angry Birds Go telepods. I've never got bothered to get super duper far in Angry Birds Go, as Angry Birds Go is the racing one. If you don't know anything about Angry Birds, I kind of look obsessed with them because I know every single game and I've pretty much played every game because I'm a casual. But I think there's just a lot to say about skill in them beyond being casual free-to-play games these days. The original wasn't free-to-play, actually. The original was, you had a couple... Like, there was like 20 levels or so you could play for free. Or like something like that. There was quite a few, but maybe like 40. I don't remember. But then to play the rest, you had to actually pay. And it was always worth it. It was cool. But nowadays, Angry Birds games are free. And I'm actually okay with that. Angry Birds 2, completely free. But, of course, there's a lot of the regular free-to-play garbagey tactics that you see in a lot of modern-day games. So, like, for example, there's a life system. So if you lose a level, and now, unlike all of the other Angry Birds games where you could just, if you screwed up and you could tell it you screwed up, you could just pause it, restart it, and then keep going. In Angry Birds 2, there's a life system, so you have 5 hearts, and if you lose a level, you lose a heart. And then, like, a heart takes, like, 20 minutes or so to regain, or, like, 25, I'm not sure. But I don't have a problem with that, because it's kind of... If you just accept that as a limit, if you just accept that, like, okay, so I've been playing Angry Birds for 30 minutes, I'm out of hearts, and my hearts will be back in, like, 2.5 hours. I actually like that, because it keeps me from playing the game for 100 years, right? So you can just sit down and be like, okay, I'm going to play this game. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, well, I'm out of lives. On with my life. Going to do what I need to do and have fun with it. So... I like that. I'm completely fine with that. I know it's kind of garbagey because it really is like a system like, you can buy things and give us your money, and yeah, that's great. You know, like, whatever. Take my money. I'm not going to spend any money on Angry Birds 2. I'm not, like, you don't even have to. That's the number one thing. And Angry Birds 2 is hard and maybe a little bit more bullcrap than the other ones. Because whereas in the original Angry Birds games, you just had to, you get, like, maybe, like, 3 or 4 birds, and then you just use those to clear the pigs, and then from that, you get your score, and then you get a star rating based on that. Angry Birds 2, you get a star rating based on having, like, 6 birds, using those 6 birds to clear out, like, 3 or 4 or 5 levels. It's tricky. It's a tricky game, and sometimes... it's a little bit rude in that way, you know, it's a little bit like, it seems a little bit cheap sometimes, because some of the levels are just hard, but none of them are undoable, like, none of them are broken, I would say. Keep in mind, I'm about 100 levels into Angry Birds 2, of which I realize there are over, I think there's about 600 levels now, so 600 levels, that's a lot of levels, and if I keep going at my normal rate, which is... I've been doing like 1 or 2 levels a day. If I keep going at that rate, I will be playing this game for over a year. So, and they add more levels like every month. Maybe even like twice a month. It's crazy. They're a machine. Like, bravo to the people that make Angry Birds, because you are a machine that crank out levels and new mechanics. Angry Birds 2 is full of these new mechanics, and I'm just excited to keep seeing all the new mechanics as they go through all the levels. I'm just a fanboy. I enjoy Angry Birds from time to time, and I have these because I was able to buy them. 1 of them, 2 of them, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I bought 7 of them. They were each $1 each, so I spent $7 to get all of these, and yeah. Basically, Angry Birds telepods. You can scan them into your game using your phone's camera. If you find them at a dollar store, buy them, because it's fun for you, and it actually makes the game much more beatable, I'd say, because Angry Birds Go has a lot more, like, okay, so you get a car, and then you upgrade that car, and then you have to keep upgrading. With these, it basically gives you the best car for each of the races. Like, I think each one of these works on its own track, so then you can just use that car and just level that one up and succeed. So, it's a cool game. I haven't played it in a while, but I remember it being cool, and that's how it is with all Angry Birds games, actually. I just keep coming back to them, because I keep saying, like, okay, I am going to be victorious. I am going to be the very best, like no one ever was. And then you just quit playing it, and then you just re-download it a bit later, and you play it again. And I think that's the charm of Angry Birds. So we just went on like a 10-minute rampage about Angry Birds, and how I've actually bought Angry Birds telepods, but only because they were a super bargain, and I was like, whatever, YOLO, and it's pretty cool. Telepods are cool. Angry Birds Go makes the game a lot more fun, I'd say. And since I believe that they're literally... anyone that plays that game, like, telepods aren't limited to one system, I believe. So, like, if any of my friends decided, like, I'm gonna play Angry Birds Go, I would just say, alright, well, here, you can borrow these, scan in the things every time you play the game, and then you can just win. So, it's fun, I like it. And Angry Birds 2 is good, Angry Birds Go is good, but a little bit grindy and hard. I don't care for, like, games that get to, like, a grindy point like that, where you just kind of have to grind for coins to upgrade your vehicle. Like, it's just not my thing. But, really, long tangent about Angry Birds short, is that, Angry Birds 2 is fun, and it's challenging, has a cool battle mode where you fight in the arena. I did really well for my first time going in the arena. I won 6 times in a row. So, pretty cool, pretty satisfying mode, and if you feel like checking out Angry Birds 2, it's pretty fun. So, what can I say? It's also free, of course, like all Angry Birds games are pretty much now. I don't know if there's been a paid-for Angry Birds game in a while, because they can just make their money back with these free-to-play ones. But it's good, and I like it. So, Angry Birds. That was the Angry Birds tangent. So, what else is there to talk about? Well, you might remember last week, we had a special video prepared just for you. I found a video, and I gave it to you, the audience, to enjoy, just to get that a little bit out there and to share some wealth of ideas. And I thought I really enjoyed doing it. So I was like, okay, what can I do this time? What video can I put? And I found a video, and I was like, okay, this video is pretty good. I think I'll choose this one. I mean, it's the closest thing I have to a video that's, like, something I really want to recommend, and I think people will get a kick out of it. And then, before we did this, I found something truly incredible. Like, maybe not incredible, it's not the greatest thing in the universe, but it's something that's pretty great. So, Nickelodeon, that's right, Nickelodeon, the TV station, the TV channel, you know, media extraordinaire. They used to have a magazine, then they canceled it and broke every kid's heart because they used to love reading comics in Nick magazine. But that's beyond the point. They have a podcast now called the Nickelodeon Animation Podcast. And what they do is they have an awesome guy who talks to awesome creators that have created some awesome shows. The first episode has him talking to the 2 creators of the Legend of Korra and Avatar: The Last Airbender. Sorry about that weird because my brain does not work when I'm trying to do these. It just shuts off and then nothing happens ever again in my mind. But had a great episode of the Animation Podcast. Talks all about animation and the process, how they came up with it, how they came up with the show, and like kind of just some struggles. It's cool. It's a really cool thing. It shows what they're doing. And I think that would be a great thing. I think that'd be really interesting. So if you are interested in watching this podcast, it's about 40 minutes long, the first episode, I believe. And it just talks all about, you know, their experiences with making Avatar and Legend of Korra. And kind of, it's a good experience. It's a cool learning thing. It's a nice little topic of animation because I love animation. And it's really cool. And I think a lot of people do. And I think animation is one of those important art forms that I think are really cool, really neat, and I think should be explored more. So if you want to learn more about animation, and you just want to hear some cool stories about some cool shows, then check out the Nickelodeon Animation Podcast. So links in the description below, or you can also, if you have an iPhone device, or any Apple device, really, you can just go to the podcast app on it, an iOS device, and search up Nickelodeon Animation Podcast, and you can just get it there, easy peasy. So, it's cool, I recommend it, and that is the video of the week. So, I think we're good. I think that's everything I have prepared for this. I think so. Let me check. Yes. But that's everything. Hope you enjoyed this week's video. More videos to come. I hope you enjoyed the video earlier this week that I prepared, talking a bit about Minecraft Story Mode. I enjoyed making it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. So, same with Spinous Special. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you enjoy my new segments and my new rambly topics as we ramble on like never before. And like never before, I mean exactly as we did before. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with more exciting videos to talk about, more exciting movie trailers, and more exciting, I don't know, anything. Who knows? Maybe I'll even have a guest on. Maybe I can get a guest who wants to talk about what they like about animation with me. Who knows? Animation. I'd love to talk about animation because I feel like that'd be a neat topic for an episode. So, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Doobity boop boo. Man, feels good to be making videos again. Weird rambly videos with no purpose, no editing, and no actual reasoning or rhyme to them. Feels good.